Let's see how to implement a program to check whether a given number is prime or not. So first of all, what is the definition of prime number? Prime number is a number which is divisible by 1 and itself. So the examples of prime number are 13, 17, 31. Now what I want to do, I want to write a program which will check whether a given number which is entered by the user is prime or not. So how will be the logic for that? So for that, you need to check if the remainder is 0 from 2 to that number. That means if I want to check if 13 is prime or not, then I will divide that 13 with 2, then I will divide 13 with 3, 13 with 4, 13 with 5 up to 12. And if I find the remainder 0, then that number is. For 17, I need to check the remainder of that number. I need to check the remainder of the division from 2 to 16. 17 with 2, 17 with 3, 17 with 4 up till 17 with 16. For 31, same thing, I need to check the remainder from 2 to 30. So for that, let's take the example of 17. So I will first divide 17 with 2, then I will divide 17 with 3, then I will divide 17 with 4, then 5 up till 16. Now during this division, if anytime remainder becomes 0, then you will make sure that is not a prime number, because prime number is divisible by 1 and itself. So during this traversal, if the remainder becomes 0, that means that number which is entered by the user is not the prime number. So we'll store this number in some variable, say num, and for this range you have to take one more variable, say I. So how you will write the code for this? You have to write one for loop. So for I, now I will start with 2. You won't check with 1 because every number is divisible with 1. So you will start from 2 and you will go till num minus 1. So you will say for I equals to 2, I less than num. So it will go up till num minus 1, I plus plus. So this is a for loop which will traverse I variable from 2 to num minus 1, and each time you need to divide this num number with I value. 17 with 2, 17 with 3, 17 with 4 and so on. That means num you will divide with I, and now you need to check the remainder. So instead of num divided by I, it will be num mod I. So if I say num mod I, it will give me the remainder. So I will check if num mod I, and now if this remainder becomes 0, that means equal to operator. So if this remainder becomes 0, then here it will come here. That if the execution comes inside this if, then it means that it is not a prime number because remainder is 0. So here you can print that number is not prime. Now up till this it is okay, but what are the common mistakes that you do? First mistake is here itself you write some else part, and here you write a printf statement which is prime number. So here you print prime and here you print not prime. But this is not the correct code, because this code will not work for the numbers like 21 or maybe 25. Now these numbers are not prime numbers. They are odd numbers, but they are not prime numbers. So for these numbers, say 21, for 21 mod I, so I is initially 2, so 21 mod I equals to 0, so the condition will fail. And now when the condition will fail, it will immediately come to the else part and it will print it as prime number, though it is not a prime number. Same for 25 mod I, so I is 2 initially, so 25 mod 2, the remainder is not 0, so it will come inside the else part. So what will happen, whenever this condition fails, it will immediately go inside the else part, which you don't want. So for that purpose you should not write this else here. So up till this it is okay. You can write only if here, and inside if the remainder becomes 0, that means if the remainder is 0, then it is divisible with some number apart from 1 and itself. So you can directly write it is a not prime number. And outside this for loop you can print another statement which is prime. So because of this, what will happen, first we'll check the whole range, and for this range if remainder do not become 0 anytime, then outside for loop you will print that as a prime number. Now here also one more statement you have to add. Once you print here not prime, then immediately you have to exit from the program. So some exit statement you have to write. So exit 0 or maybe return 0. So this will be the correct code. Or another option is you do it with some flag value. That means instead of printing the statements here directly, what I will do, here I will take one variable which is flag variable. Now flag is a variable which is ordinary variable, integer variable. Now I will assign value either 0 or 1 to that. It is integer which can have either 0 value or 1 value. So suppose I initialize the flag variable to 0, and inside this if I write flag equals to 1. So initially, so you will accept the numbers here and flag is set to 0. Now initially flag value is having 0. Now inside this for loop, if you divide that particular number with I value which is ranging from 2 to num minus 1, if the remainder becomes 0 anytime, then flag will become 1. That means flag value is set, and now it won't go back to 0 again once it has become 1. So here outside the for loop you can check the flag value. That means here I will write if condition. Now here it will be if else. So if flag equals to 0, something I will write, and else I will write something else. So if flag value is 0, that means what? Flag value is initially 0. So if it is 0 here, that means this statement is not executed at all. So this statement is not executed at all means this remainder did not become 0 anytime. That means that particular num is not completely divisible with I ranging from 2 to num minus 1. So here if flag equals to 0 means I can say that it is a prime number. So here I will write printf statement which is prime, and here I will write printf statement which is not prime. So this will be the pseudocode for prime number. So we'll implement this program. Let's implement prime number program using Visual Studio. So how to create a project or how to write a program in Visual Studio? First of all, I need to go to the file, new, and I will create a new project. Then which project that you will select from this list. So under Visual C++, I will make use of Win32 console application. So I will select Win32 console application, and here I need to give name to my project. So suppose some name is there. So say prime demo is the name of the project prime underscore demo. Then you can select the location here. So location is something, say d::abc folder, some folder name. Then I will click on OK. Then here I will click on next, and here I will select empty project. For Win32 console application I will select empty project and then finish. So you will be having Solution Explorer either on the left side or right side, and under that you will see the project which is prime underscore demo. So if you don't have this Solution Explorer, then you can go to the view menu, and the first option is Solution Explorer. If you don't see the Solution Explorer, go to the view menu and click on Solution Explorer. So in that Solution Explorer, now there are different folders like header files, resource files, and source files. I will add to the source files folder. So right click on source files, then add new item, and now I will select C++ file. So I will give some name here to that C++ file or C file. So suppose I am writing C program, so it is source.c is the name of the file. Then I will click on add, so it will be automatically added to that project, and you will see it here. So now this is the place where I can write my code. So let me write main function. So first of all I will include say stdio.h, then int main return 0. So this stuff will be as it is, and now I will write my program for prime numbers here. So first of all I need to declare one num variable to accept the number from the user, some I variable for counting purpose. I will accept the num variable from the user. So here I will ask user printf enter number, then scanf %d comma ampersand num. So I will take the number from the user. Now what did I tell you? I have to make use of for loop where I will vary from 2 to that number. So I equals to 2, I is less than num I plus plus. Here I will check if the remainder is 0. So num mod I will check. If that remainder becomes 0, then what did I tell? I told you that if anytime remainder becomes 0, that means it is not a prime number. So suppose here I print not prime. Now the common mistake you will make, let's implement that. Let's implement some wrong code, and then we'll see what is wrong with that. So here itself you will write else. This is the first mistake you will make, and here I will write, here I will print prime. So I will write \n here and here, and now let me run the program. So suppose I am giving number which is 21, then it is keeping on printing. First time it is printing prime, then not prime, then again prime. So what is the reason for that? The reason is it will check the remainder for each value of I, and for each value of I it will either execute if part or else part, which I don't want. I don't want to execute it for each value of I. Only once I want to execute either if part or else part, depending on remainder becomes anytime 0 during that traversal of I variable. So this is not the correct code. So what did I tell you? You will not write the else part here, only if condition will write. So num mod I equals to 0, that means if the remainder becomes 0 anytime, then that will not be prime number. So that I can assure, I mean I am sure of that. But when it is a prime number, it is a prime number if this statement is not executed and the execution is coming out of this for loop. That means outside this for loop I will write printf prime. And one more thing, once you come to know that some number is not prime number, that means once suppose number is say 21 again, then when it is divided by 3, then remainder will become 0 and it will print not prime. Then in that case I need not to check for the further values of I, like 4, 5, 6, 21 mod 4, 21 mod 5, 21 mod 6, because I already know that it is not a prime number, so no need to check ahead. So here I can say exit 0. I will exit from the program. So now that exit 0 function is not there, so let me include conio or stdlib and let me check. Yes, it is there in, no, it is not there in conio. Okay, yes, with stdlib the error is gone. And now let's check. Suppose if I enter number which is 21, then it is saying not prime, so answer is correct. So this is giving me the correct output for 21. Let's check for some prime number, say 13. 13 is a prime number, yes, it is giving me the output. 15, 15 is not prime, so again correct. Then 31, 31 is a prime, so it is giving me the correct output. So this is the one solution for the prime number program. The another thing that I told you is using flag variable. That means I will make use of some flag variable which is initially 0, and instead of printing the printf statements here, I will set the value of flag. So here I will say flag equals to 1. If remainder becomes 0, then flag is set to 1, and outside the for loop I will check whether the flag value is 0 or 1. That means here if else will be there. So if flag equals to 0, then printf not prime, else printf prime. So this will also work. So let's run. For 21 it is saying prime. Okay, flag equals to 1. I will break. Once I set the flag value, I need to break here because no need to execute ahead. Okay, I have written in opposite way. If flag equals to 0, that means it is a prime number, and if flag equals to 1 means it is not prime number. Now let's run. So 21 is not prime, correct. Then 17 is prime. Then say 100 is not prime. 97, it is a prime. So this is also giving the correct output. So these are the solutions for the prime number program.